Find a tribe. Find a tribe. Why you so stressed? It's not that serious. And free your mind. It's gonna be alright. Find a tribe. 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 Why you so stressed? It's not that serious. And free your mind. It's gonna be alright. Find a tribe. Find a tribe. Find a tribe. Find a tribe. Find a tribe.
You're listening to Glory 93.9 FM. It is 33 minutes gone by the 4 o'clock hour. It's your girl, Marisha, here in your company. And listen, I'm so excited for today's show. I know y'all say, Marisha, you'll be excited every week. Yep, I'm just an excited person. That's just who I am. It's who I am. Listen, have you smiled yet for the day? Have you had a good belly laugh? Listen, we are still alive in the land of the living. I'm excited to be alive because I know that means that God is definitely not done with me yet. I'm super excited about my guest today because I think out of all the guests that I have had on the show so far, she has known me the longest. Really? I'm serious. Really. She's known me the longest. So I'm so excited. I want to introduce to our Glory family, y'all. Like diving right in. Let me see. Let's see how I could tell the story to make sure that, they don't figure out who you is till I call your name.
Okay. The video ain't up?
No, I have you up yet on
Okay.
video. No, but I got your mic live. So I have known this young lady. I think the first time I knew who she was and she kind of knew who I was, we were both in high school. We attended the same high school, which is Temple Christian, and we were like the singers. It was like about 4 of us who were known as like the singers of Temple Christian High School. And I had to be corrected because when I initially was going to introduce you on the show, I had a conversation with Ian Alain. And Ian said, no, you have to introduce yourself as one of the singers too, because you were one of the singers. Because I was going to say, it was you and Ian, and I came up behind y'all trying to be like you and Ian.
No, you were
And
one.
Ian was like, no, you were one of them.
He's right.
Yeah. So I had to fix that. So there was like 4 of us who were like the singers, right? And they used to have us singing all the time.
Yep.
Everywhere. Anytime there was a chapel, a service, a competition,
Yep.
you name it, we were singing. We were known as the singing children.
Mhm.
And
Singing school.
singing school.
Very talented.
Very, very talented school. So we grew up together. Well, she was a few years ahead of me. Only a few, not much, y'all. Not much. She's
Not
a
much.
few years ahead of me. And I kind of grew up underneath her, watching her sing and admiring her talent, admiring her finesse, admiring her personality. And I always thought she had an incredibly amazing voice. And to see where she is now, we don't necessarily talk very often, but I remember the very first time I took a stage to say I was releasing music, she was the one person whose words I remembered, because to me, it blew my mind that she was at my concert
Why would that blow your mind?
that blew my mind. I was like, you big time now. Why you coming to my concert?
girl.
So,
Don't say it.
you know, it blew my mind, first of all, that you were at my concert. And I would never forget what you said to me the night. You said to me, Marisha, you did it. You did it. And you did it well.
Wow.
And I treasure those words so much because there's nothing like nobody who knows where you came from
Mhm.
and who knows what you used to be like and what you used to sound like
Yep.
and how you used to look before makeup and clothes and hair.
Yep. The glow up when
Yeah.
you was there before, and then they see you and like, yeah, see
You know, there's nothing like that. So that very long introduction is to introduce this wonderfully talented, amazing lady. She is a wife, a mother, but she is a Bahamian singing sensation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Girl Talk. My girl, Wendi. Hey, Wendi.
Let you know about it. Hey.
So,
Thank you for
Wendi,
inviting me.
listen, it was about time. You don't think so?
And mind you, when you messaged me, I was like, okay, sure, no problem.
Right,
Whatever. Like,
right.
and I know sometimes people be like, oh, when he's too busy. But like you said, Temple Christian time, I can't tell you no. What you could do, you probably be like, who she think she is? Yeah, I can't do that.
No, I wasn't gonna be like that. I wasn't gonna be like that, Wendy. I was gonna be like, okay, Wendy busy. Wendy got a whole husband,
No, but you
a
have
whole
to, you have to
child.
remember
Yeah.
where you came from, and you have to pay homage to that, and you have to even give back. And we had a conversation just now
Yeah, about
off
that,
air about that, and me saying there's certain organizations, there's certain people.
You just-
Actually, the good bishop is one of them.
Yeah.
He put money in my pocket when I went to Berkeley.
Wow. Girl.
Yes, him and his wife. Yeah, so
Wow.
you
I didn't even know that.
You can't never diss. You
Okay,
can never
all
diss
right,
certain people.
okay.
And you in that
Wow,
category,
we good
girl.
people. We good
Yes.
people. Listen, y'all. Wendy has always been that person, like kind of in my corner. And I shared a little bit early in that introduction, but truthfully, I was reflecting about it last night and I was like, wow, like I've always felt like genuine support from you, not like that jealousy support that
Yeah.
comes from some people, but
Yeah.
like that genuine, like, no, you go, girl, you doing it.
Yeah.
And it may not have been like a big thing to you, but whenever you would comment on a post or like a picture or like a video and be like, yeah, go ahead, Marisha, I'd be like, wow, from Wendy? That's awesome.
Thank you for telling me that, because I'm not cognizant of it. And mind you, I have those same experiences in my life.
Yeah.
And you have those full circle moments with people,
Yeah.
and they don't know the impact they've had, but the little
Yes.
phrase you give them, the little, yeah, girl, the little yes, they go a long way. So I need to be more cognizant of it, because, as we maneuver through life, we're affecting people.
Yeah.
We are leaving imprints and marks on people's lives.
Yes, definitely.
And why not make it a good mark?
Make it a good one?
Why not make it a
man.
good one?
Make it a good
you
one.
know?
So I just want to say in front of everybody who listening, it's a whole pile of people, and even the persons who are going to listen to this later, our podcasters. Listen, y'all, I love Wendy. I love her. She has my heart. It just so happens
Aw.
that we kind of connected with the
I
same
have mangoes.
people.
You want me to give you a mango?
What you mean you have mangoes?
Girl, I have mangoes in my purse
What?
because that's
Why?
it's
what?
mango season. You ain't obeying me, Nate. Girl, I eat this all the time.
Why does Wendy have
I
mangoes
don't eat one in the car.
in your guest bag?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I mean,
Okay, well, we can exchange mangoes when we finish.
Yeah.
Yes, we definitely need mangoes because it's mango season apparently.
mango
Y'all.
season. This is the definition of organic. And the Bible says in their season, you're supposed to eat these fruits.
My gosh.
Hello, he know what he was talking about. You have the
My
leaves and the fruit in their
gosh.
season.
Oh,
the
my
healing of your
goodness.
body. You better
My
get some
goodness.
mangoes.
I gotta get me some
Aw.
mangoes. I gotta get me some
Aw.
mangoes. Oh, y'all, listen. So, Wendy, I'm so glad that you could be here. And
Yeah, I'm happy to be here too.
I know you need to send your shout outs. You gotta send your shout outs to your people.
Yes, everybody who is tuned in, I am on Glory.
Yes,
Finally.
you are.
Hallelujah. I know the word, you know.
I know
want
you
y'all
know.
sleep.
You have to.
Gotta send a shout out to my dad, my mom, my husband, my
Aw.
little Zizi.
Aw.
You know,
I
everybody.
be watching y'all TikTok videos. She is so cute.
She is a lot.
She is so cute.
Oh my God.
She's
I'm
so
excited. I miss her when she's at school. I love her. She's like my little best friend, honestly. And I'm like, how is
Aw.
this 2-year-old my best friend? I mean, like,
Wow.
she's really great.
Your little broke best friend.
My little broke best friend.
But best friend nonetheless.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's so sweet. That's so precious. So I don't know if you know this. And we can get into our topic right away. I don't know if you know this, but I I know that you've worked with quite a few producers in your lifetime.
Mhm.
But your main producer, I don't know if you know that's my boy.
Yeah,
You know
I
that's
know.
my boy.
Come on, I know. I know all the juicy
Oh
details on the
boy.
turn. I didn't get into it, but I know.
Let's leave them
Yeah,
details. We
I
don't
know. Come
we don't
on,
talk
I
about that.
know. Yeah,
We don't
but
talk about that. But that's my boy.
yeah,
That's my boy.
I know.
So we gotta send shout outs to
Shut up,
one
Freddie got sticks.
Freddie got Stick Seymour. That's my boy. I wouldn't be who I am today without him.
Yeah,
So
and the thing is, we kind of both came up, all of us together.
yeah.
You,
Yeah.
me, and Freddie, and we really honed our skills in that little. We
Yes.
call it Fort of Court now.
Yeah.
His studios,
Oh,
yeah, it's Scott
nice.
Sticks Music Studios, but our camp is Fort of Court because that's the street name
Yeah.
that he lives
Yeah.
on. And there was a lot of growing that happened right in there.
Yeah, boy.
And even for you, I've heard records, and I'm talking like 10 years ago, I've heard records from you in that studio. And, Freddie would be like, hey, so what you think about this? Like, like we all,
Wow.
it's the lab.
It's there.
We literally in there cooking
Yeah.
and getting things right.
Yeah, I could be hitting him up soon because I finally getting back into the studio now. Finally, after how many years it's been, people been
Good.
fussing me,
Good.
but I've had a lot going on.
Yes.
So
Everything in its time.
everything is definitely in
yeah.
its time, and for me, I'm finally getting back there. So I'm excited about that. So our topic today: dreams do come true. I honestly, I'll tell you the truth, Wendy. When I was planning the shows for this season, I was getting ready to cancel the show. I told all my guests the story. I was getting ready to cancel the show because when I first started the show, I had a co-host, my girlfriend Natalia from Eye Candy Makeup Store. Shout outs to
Shouts
Natalia.
out.
And things have gotten really busy. She now has a school of makeup artistry now, and so things are crazy for her, and she's doing amazing in business. And so Natalia ain't no time to be sitting on in here for an hour and a half
Yeah. Yeah.
on a weekly basis. Which is,
Priorities shifted a bit.
Yes.
Seasons changed.
so I was like, maybe I shut this thing down. And God, like only He can, does what He usually does, and woke me up like around 4 or 5 o'clock one morning and gave me 47 topics.
47.
47 topics.
All right.
47 topics. And my truth is, when I sent you the list of topics for you to choose from, I had this one for you.
You serious?
I had this one for you.
But this was on the second.
Yeah.
The second I'm going around. Okay.
No, I sent this the first time around too. It
No,
was to the bottom.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was at the bottom. It was the very last one.
Yeah. Okay.
It was the very last one.
Okay.
And so I was like, this is Wendy's topic.
Wow.
When I was laying out the women that I wanted to bring on the show, I was like, this right here, this Wendy.
Mhm.
And so I sent you like all those other things, just like
Yeah, to see what I would choose from. That's
just-
quite a gamble.
just cause. But I was like, even if she chose that one, I'd be like, you know what, Wendy, I actually want you to do this.
Got it.
So I would have done that anyway.
Got it.
So I wanted to bring you on to talk about this because one of the things that I've seen, not just even since the pandemic, but just in my life period, the idea of young people just not dreaming anymore, but in particular us as women, especially when we get locked down into relationships, into marriage, into having kids, we lose the drive, the passion to achieve goals. We lose ourselves and our husbands and our children and our boyfriends and our fiancés and our jobs, in having to pay bills. We lose the passion, the desire, the drive to accomplish those things that we dreamt about when we were little girls. And we saw ourselves doing these amazing things. And life has a way of bringing you down sometimes to such a low place that you forget, like, wait a minute, I can actually like fulfill like the dreams. I can see them come to pass. It doesn't have to take a miracle in order for it to happen. Like, these things can still happen. And so you came to mind because I was trying to remember, like, or think of somebody who I knew what they were really dreaming about when they were a certain age. And now when I look at them now, they're kind of living in that place. And to be honest with you, it wasn't many people.
It's not a lot. That's why when I saw that topic, I was like, oh, I'll do that because I'm living my dream.
Exactly.
I know I am.
And I wanted it to be a female because believe it or not, there were quite a few males who I could think of who I was like, yeah, I know him a long time. He doing it too. But I was like, nah, no, this girl talk. So, we got to empower our sisters, and it's all about empowering our sisters. So So yeah, you were the person that came to mind. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bring Wendy on, and then people can be like, Marisha, bring Wendy on a show. You know, because I like controversy. I need y'all to know.
I
that.
saw
like it.
your last guest.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Did she pop any words?
Listen, no man.
Oh,
No.
Good, good.
She just like you. You know. You know that, right?
No.
Her parents is Pastor Spoo.
Roxy?
Oh,
I did not
that's a
know
woman
that.
of God. You ain't had a raspiness in her voice. That preacher. That I told her she better preach in here.
Makes sense.
I told her
Because
she better preach.
whenever Roxy opens her mouth to speak
Yes.
to people,
Yes.
there is an anointing there. It doesn't matter what the topic is, but there's a
Oily.
conviction,
She oily.
and it makes sense, you know. And if you're not spiritually attuned, you would just call it
Yeah.
passion.
Yeah. No. She oily.
But
oily.
her voice evokes certain
Yes,
things in people.
yes.
That makes sense.
I tell her she's a woman of God.
I don't know her personally because I don't know her real name.
Right.
I know her by her
I don't
stage
know her real
name.
name either.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
And she coming back. I bringing her back.
lovely.
I'm bringing
She
her
had
back.
a lot to say.
It was a really good show, and she's a beautiful person.
Yeah.
She's a
Shouts
beautiful
out
person.
Roxy.
So shout out to
Roxy
Roxy.
Star.
So yeah, so I was like, I know when people can say, "Oh, I bringing Wendy on the show," and be like, "Oh, you bringing Wendy?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I
Yeah.
bringing Wendy.
Yeah.
I bringing Wendy, and next week we bringing Bodie in." Yes,
Yes.
yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely, because I know these women, and contrary to what y'all think, I know they love God.
Yes.
And I know that they are walking out the purpose and the plan of God for their lives,
Yeah.
just not doing it the way that y'all think Christians supposed to do it all the time.
Oh, it's that type of show.
It is.
Let me sip of my water. Hold on.
It is. It absolutely is.
All right, I
It
already
absolutely is.
Got
So I wanted to make sure that you were definitely one of the people that I brought on because I wanted to remove the stereotype of what it's like for us to walk out and live out our dreams
Right.
as women who know who we are.
Mhm.
We're not questioning who we are. We're not stumbling and trying to figure out, well, oh, we're not copycatting. We ain't copying and pasting.
Right.
So that's kind of the conversation that I want us to have today. So I want you to take us back. Take us back to what school you went to before I'm a Christian. I don't even know.
Okay, I went to so many schools. My
Wow.
dad was a customs officer, so that's like
so you was all about.
yeah, that's like the equivalent of being a military brat,
Mhm.
basically. And everywhere they transferred him, he took his whole family. So I've lived in Bimini, Katki,
You
Eleuthera,
lie. I didn't know
and
this about
Andres.
you.
and we would be back and forth all the time. I didn't move back to Nassau stationary until I was in the 8th grade.
Wow.
So my formative years as an island girl through and through.
I didn't even know that.
So before
Wow.
Temple Christian, I was at CI Gibson,
Okay,
actually.
okay.
So I was a government school chick too.
Wow.
Oh,
Randy would have never know that.
yeah. I mean, I remember the Hoyas and Raiders days like it was
Wow.
yesterday.
I
Yeah.
remember them days.
It's a very trying time back then to be on Camp Road, Lord. It was.
Oh my God, that was not the nice place to be.
No, I
Wow.
spent a year at CI Gibson.
Okay.
As my family transitioned from the island. They sent me ahead because they wanted me to prepare for BJCs.
Right.
And then before that, I was at South Andrews All Age School.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where I was before Temple Christian.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
So talk to us about like what it was like moving around and thinking about your life and how that contributed to the person that you are
I
now.
loved it.
You loved
I
it?
loved it. I believe the person that I am and the family oriented person that I am is
Mhm.
because I saw my dad and my mom hold our unit together.
Wow.
So when my dad and my mom got married, they immediately went to the island. They didn't stay in Nassau. So it was literally just them two. My mommy was 19 and my daddy was 24.
Wow.
My mommy had me at 20, right?
Mhm.
So imagine you're a 19-year-old wife and you in there, your sisters. And she had 3
Jeez.
sisters. She had
Wow.
several many brothers, like
Right.
10 or 11 brothers.
Right. Uh-huh.
You're not near any of them. You're not near anyone who can be in your ear telling you how to do this marriage thing.
That's good.
Listen.
That's
And
so
they are
good.
still to this day my consummate example of marriage because they're still married.
Yeah,
They're still holding
yeah.
hands, kissing, all
Aw.
this stuff. And they are, I think, 35 years in, maybe 36.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes, that is. And it's the example. That's
Yeah,
goals. That's the real
yes,
goals, right?
Yeah, the real goals.
And so I loved that my dad had this integrity about him, and my dad is a pastor. He had this integrity that said, I'm not going anywhere without my family. So if you want me to go to this island, and a lot of times those were hardship islands,
Mhm.
if you want me to go to this island, you need to set me up properly. I need a house. I need to make sure there's a proper school. It was all of that stuff. So
wow, that's really good.
yeah, it wasn't just all about go where I tell you to go or go make this money. And back then, and that's in the 80s, money was to be made in the Bahamas.
Yes, definitely.
Money was flowing in the Bahamas,
Yeah.
especially on the islands.
Change was good.
And he was a customs officer, and I used to be like, Daddy, I wish you'd have slipped a little bit and get some of that little something. But he didn't slip. He told me, no, Wendy, I'm faithful. I was faithful. I was
Wow.
like, you know, God would have forgiven you.
I know, right?
You know,
we'd have
but
been
it's
high.
okay. You know, God honors principles and faithfulness, and I'm seeing
Right,
that happen. Right.
Right.
So I had a really great childhood, actually.
Wow.
And to this day, I see my parents every day. I see my sister and my brother every day.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
Wait, you have a sister and a brother?
yes, I do. Everyone says that once I reference sister and brother, they'd be like, you have a sister and a brother? I do. I'm the oldest of three.
I did that because people do that to me all the
They
time.
do it to you? Okay.
They do it to me.
So
They're
you
like,
know,
they're like, wait, you have siblings? And I'd be like, yes, I'm
Yes.
not an only child.
yes. I
There
don't
are
know.
other
Why
people-
do people think that?
I don't know.
I don't know why. I would think even in my demeanor, I act like an older sibling.
Yeah, me too.
I act like an older sibling, guys.
I don't think people think that deep though.
Maybe not. Maybe
No.
they just think because we don't see you.
Yeah, like you don't see me regularly with my siblings, so you
And
figure.
my sister and me look alike. I'm the smallest of the three, and I'm the
Mhm.
oldest.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had a great childhood.
Wow.
I had a great childhood. It really formed who I am. My family values, like to this day, I want to organize events to create memories because I had so many great memories.
Wow, that's really
I
good.
had so many great memories.
That's really awesome. So when was the moment would you say that the dream, I guess, of who you would want to be, was like created or established in your life?
Well, that is a journey on its own.
Right.
I was singing from I was 2 years old. My
Okay.
dad was my first manager.
Wow, that's cool.
I used to sing from cassettes. For you younger people, that is this little square thing that has a tape in it. The old people just call it film.
Oh
my God, film in
it.
And you push it in, and you press play.
Yeah.
And when you rewind it, you just like,
yeah. And we stopped them in our cars.
yeah. And if
With
it get
windows,
too
we just have to
hot,
roll up
yeah,
manually.
you would manually.
Yeah.
I had a whole like traveling case of my cassettes, but my performance tracks. The whole singing and performance thing
Wow.
is not something I chose.
Right.
My dad recognized that I could hold a key and that I could sing very early. And my
Right.
first performance was at 2 years old. I sang The Greatest Love of All at my preschool graduation.
Man,
And
the
then-
greatest love of all. That big
Big
song.
Big song. I don't, big song.
That's
I'm
a big song.
dude, shouldn't I be singing the equivalent of Baby Shark? or something?
Exactly.
Big song.
Exactly.
That probably was on the charts then or
I
something.
know, right?
And then at 4 is when I had like my first professional. like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I've been singing professionally from I was a child.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have much say in it. So all that time, all my schooling, even up to in Temple Christian,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be a doctor.
You wanted to be a
I wanted to be a
doctor?
doctor. I was in the sciences. I'm still very, very fascinated by biology and things like that. I never really wanted to do this music thing. It was just something that it's like saying, "Oh, you want to walk today?" You have to walk every day. So that's what singing was for me. It wasn't
Right,
something that I thought I
right.
could choose.
Right.
And then, of course, it wasn't a tradition. By the time I got to like 10, 11, 12th grade,
Mhm.
I'm thinking I can make money from this because,
Exactly.
everybody want to be doctor, lawyer, that type of
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly.
My dad, though, and my mom were very different. And he would say to me, your gift will make room for you. He didn't want me to be a doctor. He wanted me to do music. That's rare. And again, like
Very
I said,
rare.
my parents are a very, very big part of the Wendy that I am
Right.
and my drive and the fact that dream was accomplished because they knew that my gift was from God. My dad knew that he had to be a steward of it.
Right.
So I didn't have no choice in performing. I didn't have no choice in rehearsals and him showing me how to, and he's musical as well. I didn't have a choice in that. The only choice I had was when I was going to take it seriously. That was the only choice. So a part of this dream, making the dream come true, is to make sure that the people that are around you are supportive. So if y'all taking notes, that's the first thing.
Yeah.
The people that are around you need to support your dream. You don't sell your vision to everybody. You don't tell your dream to everybody.
No, it
But
ain't
the-
their business.
The persons that you do tell, they need to hold you accountable.
Yeah, that's really good.
And they need to support you, because
really
there's going to be
good.
times when you forget, when you don't want to do it, you don't feel like doing it, and they're going to be the ones to remind you, hey, see this? You asked me to hold you accountable to
Right.
this, right?
So you didn't want to sing?
It wasn't about not wanting to. I just didn't think it was a big deal. So all this time I singing up in school, little sister Wendi Lewis,
winning all these national arts awards and thing, and just killing
Luther
bunks.
Barnes Award.
Exactly.
Singing at all of the political events.
Yeah.
I just thought I was doing what my daddy told me to do.
That's
Obedience.
interesting.
That's
That's
another
good.
key, too.
Yeah.
Obedience.
It's really good.
So when I graduated and I went to COB, now UB,
Mhm.
my degree is in biology with chemistry. I was serious about being a doctor. I went to Jamaica. I was accepted into the medical program. Okay. I'm trying to be.
You studied biochem?
My degree. I have a degree in it. I
You
took
have a
it all the
bachelor's
way.
degree in biochem.
I have an associate's degree
Associate's
in
degree.
biology with chemistry, because at that time COB didn't have.
Yes, that's right.
They didn't have bachelor's programs, right? They were still college.
Right.
I would have gotten it if they had it.
Right.
And so what you did back then, look how I dated myself, but back then,
Lord.
and they didn't have, what you did was you transferred your credits to the University of the West Indies. Yeah, and that's what then you moved on into the pre-med program. So I was in Jamaica, and just the process of getting into medical school in Jamaica and then finding the funding, it was very difficult.
Okay.
It wasn't working out.
Right.
And this was a time where the government of the Bahamas of that day, they paid 80% of the fee.
Mm-hmm.
As a Bahamian, you only had to come up with 20%.
Right.
I couldn't come up with 20%.
Wow.
I couldn't come up with the 20%. My parents, when I say
wow.
And my daddy told me, I ain't taking no loan. Ain't happening, sis.
Right. Right.
Like, and I was a good student. I graduated as debutante of the year, so I had scholarships and everything. And I used some of those monies to go to COB.
Right.
So now I'm done with COB. I have my degree. I won the physics award at COB. Like, I was the best in physics. What?
This is mind blowing.
I can't even count like that no more. I was like, what? That's how dedicated.
I'm so surprised about all of this.
That's how dedicated I was to medicine.
So he's gonna be a doctor.
It's gonna be a gynecologist.
A gynecologist.
Yes, I wanted to be an OBGYN.
Wow.
I'm still very interested in it. And maybe when I turn 50, I'll do it again.
You think so?
I don't know. I watch these movies where people have like a whole second life at 50. Maybe. I don't know.
Wow. Okay.
And then in Jamaica, I don't know. I had this epiphany. I was like, this ain't working out. I'm here. I'm on the dorms. Still, my parents struggling to get the 20%. And I mean, it was a long time ago. I don't quite remember the conversations, but eventually it got to, Wendi, you need to study music. And my dad, again, encouraging me, your gift will make room for you. Right. This isn't working out because this is not the plan for your life. That's why this isn't working out. Right. And I even remember going, I think it's Ronald Manley or something, whatever the name of the Jamaican airport is, their music school at university there has that same name. And I remember even checking that program out. And I was like, this ain't it. I came back home. I came back to the Bahamas. For 1 semester. I was already done with COB. So I just came home and I worked. And one of my dad's friends put me on to Berklee College of Music. I got scholarships to go to Berklee. At this time, Berklee was like $40,000 a year. Yeah. That's a lot of money.
Sure is.
Back then, that was a lot of money. And I know now it's probably quadruple that. And listen, the road to get to Berklee was way easier than getting to Jamaica. The 20% that we couldn't come up with. And you hear me when I say, and going to the States, when you have to get the I-20, that ain't easy. You got to show the U.S. government that you have all the money. You got to show them. Yeah. And I had all kind of scholarships. I ain't gonna lie. Like, when I think back on it, I'm like, when you follow your purpose, things just line up. They just fall in line. When I graduated Berklee, I was given a check I was given money. Y'all listening to me? I was given money because I had that much scholarship that the bill was paid and they had money to give to me in my hand,
Man, Wendy, you better
like a
stop it.
credit. Yes.
You better stop.
I want y'all to think about that. I couldn't come up with 20%. Again, the University of the West Indies is not expensive. It's not like going to a US or a Canadian or European school. I couldn't come up with 20%. And when I graduated Berkeley, I was given a check because all of my fees were covered, all of my tuition was covered, and they had more money for me. And they couldn't keep it. They had to give it to me because there was scholarships in my name.
Gosh.
Isn't that following your dreams?
That's powerful. And that is so heavy because I think so many times we compare ourselves to other people and we look at what happens for them
Mm-hmm.
when they decide to go after what they perceive is their dream.
Yeah.
And we take their, I guess you could say, their consequences of whatever their pursuit is like, and we automatically put ourselves in their shoes, not knowing, like not seeking out, not trying to figure out, well, wait a minute, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
Because if I do what I'm supposed to be doing, I think I'll be good. I don't know if we ever really like.
No, a lot of times,
I don't think we believe that.
I can't blame us. You know, we're taught to learn from other people's experiences.
Yes.
So it makes sense that you're going to look at the pathway that that person took
Yeah,
and say,
yeah.
oh, they followed those steps that work for them.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm going to follow these steps.
Right.
It should work for them.
Right.
Not always the case.
Wow.
And I don't want y'all to believe that road was easy. There's a lot of people that invested in my life to go to Berkeley, like I said.
Yeah.
Pastor Roll,
Yeah.
Dr. Miles Monroe.
Wow.
You know, I was very close with that family.
Yes.
They invested a lot. The NASA Music Society,
Awesome.
McKinney, Bancroft, and Hughes,
Wow.
the Hyatt International.
My gosh.
Like all, listen, I was looking for I want y'all to think I wasn't working. Faith without works is dead.
So you going looking for these things?
I want looking for these things now. I want y'all to think it was just dropping in my lap. But as I pursued them, the answer was yes. You can't just stand in front of the door and just let things get fling open. You gotta knock on the door. And I worked in the scholarship. So I was also working. I was working as much hours as I could work in the US. I was an outstanding student at Berkeley, meaning they deemed me a student ambassador. So they would take me on travels. I traveled the world with Berkeley, helping other applicants and persons with their auditions, because it's a by audition school only. Right. So I did work, guys. And there were times where I had to choose between eating bread or buying tissue. I'm not saying this journey was easy.
Yeah.
I'm saying that it was possible and that things do work out when you're following your purpose, when you're following your dreams.
That's crazy. I had a similar experience when I went out to college, where my first 2 years was like, oh gosh, where does money coming from? And then going into my third year, it was like, oh yeah, you got a 70% scholarship. We want you to go around and represent the school.
Yes.
So I had the opportunity to see, I saw like basically all of Canada.
Wonderful.
Thanks to my college. And it was one of those weird, like, how in the world is this happening? Definitely God things.
Yes. He sets you up.
Definitely God things.
He sets you up so that you can't take no credit or no glory. You can't.
There's absolutely no way I could say or explain or even make up some sort of reason as to why out of the hundreds of thousands of students that attended my college, God say, okay, the president is going to be like, you come. I want you to go with me. You go with that admissions team when they go here and when they go there and when they go there. And it was just kind of one of those like, wow.
Isn't that a good experience though? I don't know how it was for you, but
it was incredible.
Ooh, when they took us to those 5-star restaurants and me as a hungry student, I'd be like, okay, I'm eating good.
Wendy, I was sitting front row at the GMA Dove Awards in Canada. How is that even possible? As a college student,
what an
front
experience.
row at the Canadian GMA Dove Awards.
That's an amazing experience.
So, whenever an artist from the States or somewhere in the world, a gospel artist would have come into Canada, I had the tickets. I was like VIP Fred Hammond, VIP Kirk Franklin, like VIP Chris Tomlin. Like, it was crazy because they was like, well, when ain't nobody else know these people, like you know these people, go to the concert, like
Hey, nobody else noticed.
nobody else know these people. No, for real. And I was able to tell my friends, well, like they give me 4 tickets this time, so like y'all
in.
come, let's go.
That's
And they would be
beautiful.
like, okay, we got a coffee, y'all. Like I felt like I was a celebrity.
Love it. Love it.
But that, just like you, I had a job in the library.
Yes, I worked. I don't know what y'all think. I worked.
I used to clean the floors in the dining hall
There you go. There you go.
because they only pay 70 to come up with the 30. And I had to eat and I had to find somewhere to live.
I was in Boston, and Boston is the most expensive city.
Yeah, I've
everything on the
heard.
East Coast is
I've
expensive,
heard.
and Boston is a college town.
Yes.
So my rent, I couldn't stay on campus because I couldn't afford it.
right.
My rent used to be $1,500, $2,000 a month. I ain't working like a real job.
Right.
And Uncle Sam still took his taxes from
Right.
my little check.
Right.
Guys, like you would always be put into positions where you know it's God.
Wow.
You know it's God.
That's crazy. So all the time I was watching all your little pictures and stuff and videos from Berkeley.
Yes.
Wow.
The struggle. I have another story even.
Mm-hmm.
There would be lots of concerts, and as singers, you have to audition, and it was
Mhm.
very coveted spots, right?
Right.
I used to audition and I wouldn't get it. And that's the other thing you said earlier. What makes you so special?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that at Berkeley. I'm like, oh, I'm the least talented. I can't even sing. I like when you go to Berkeley,
Yeah.
I was like, Manasek, I thought I could have sang, but
Yeah.
I can't sing.
And I like when you're getting around a bunch of singers, you'd be like,
You are humbled.
Ugh.
I'm like, whoa, I'm nothing. And yet, I get in all the scholarships, like you said, out of all of
Yeah.
these thousands of people. How did they choose you?
like, why?
Me? Okay. So I remember auditioning for these shows and I wouldn't get it. And again, this is about following your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I'm already determined. I'm all in,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm all in. I'm eating noodles.
Right.
I have my tissue. I have my
Right.
noodles. I work in as many hours as I possibly can.
Right. Right.
I'm all in. So even when I get a no, I'm like, okay, I got to try again because I can't come all the way here and just go back home with my tail between my legs.
Wow.
So even though I would get a no, I would go back and I would cry. I used to cry a lot. I still cry in the music business today. Today, I still cry. And I mean tears. I just saying that I mean
no.
tears.
I know what you mean.
Boohooing. And I would go back and I would audition again. And the comments, brutal. They don't play.
Jeez.
Like they would comment. It was like American Idol. They commented.
wow.
But in my last year, was it my last year? I made the coveted, like the top showcase. It's called the Singers Showcase. And this showcase they actually use as a fundraiser, right? Because
for the college. Wow.
Because it's a private
That's it.
college.
That's it.
That's it. And I was like, wow. How is this possible? And let me tell you how this worked too. All this time I was auditioning with pop music, jazz music, pop music. And this last time I see, you know what? I'm going to audition with gospel. I'm going to go back to my roots. And that's when I get it. I was like, well, God, you could have just tell me you wanted me to sing gospel.
Like the
It was Yolanda Adams, Open My Heart.
wow.
And I got it. And so I sang Open My Heart and I sang Heaven. And I was chosen again as one of the students that they're going to parade in front of the investors.
Right. So y'all could, give us some money.
But it was a coveted spot,
Wow.
But again, I had to work to get there. I was sad. I'd be angry. I'd be disappointed, but I had to work to get there. And then I got there.
So you had a lot of no's. You had a lot of no's.
I had a no today.
I know the feeling.
No's happen.
I think one of the hard things about getting no's for most people is actually making the effort to ask the question again after you've gotten a no.
That is hard.
It's hard to do. So I don't want to make it seem like we downplaying it and making it seem like when you get a no, just go ask again. No, that's hard. That's hard to piece yourself
back together
and be like, okay, you can do this.
You have to rebuild your confidence. Actually,
yes, because when you hear no, or like creative ways, they say no creatively these days. So they're like, well, just not right now. We can't accommodate you at this time. my no's were, we're not willing to go through the paperwork that we have to go through to hire you.
Mm.
So that's why we're saying no.
And I'd be like, I'm sure in your mind he was like, but that's your job. Don't you do paperwork?
Wow.
Okay.
So I'm more than qualified than any other applicant for this particular job, but you don't want to go through the paperwork. Wow. Okay. So I don't know what it was like for you before you decided or how you made it that transition to come home.
Mhm.
But I went on 23 job interviews before I came home. 2,
Yeah.
3. And I got no for all.
Okay, so the discipline and the integrity that you must have built, because I couldn't last no 23, babes.
Well, if I tell you the truth, I tell this story all the time, and everybody always like, wow, like that's what you did. At the 21st interview, I booked my ticket home.
Mm-hmm.
I went on interview 22 and 23 expecting to hear no.
Mm-hmm.
Expecting to hear no. Expecting to hear exactly what I heard on every other job interview. And then, you in the people country. So
Yeah.
you in the people country.
Yeah. I didn't have that experience because I
Mhm.
was in the music industry. So
Right.
I had those connections.
Right.
So I interned at Atlantic Records in New York.
Nice.
I mean, I had some amazing experiences.
Wow. That's awesome,
And
Wendi.
I ended up getting hired at EMI Music Group
Wow.
as their label copy admin. So that means I would be the person that would process releases. This is a data entry job,
Mhm.
but it was still
That's still really
it's-
beneficial,
it's-
though.
Yeah, it was a record label. I was a record label,
Mhm.
right? So I even remember when I was working at Atlantic. I remember when, what's her name? She is British, Estelle. I remember when Estelle got signed to Atlantic Records through John Legend.
Yes.
And
Yes.
They had a showcase in the foyer at my building.
It's just
So I had these really great
random
experiences.
amazing
Yeah,
artists just singing, just whatever.
I would share. I
Like,
would
no big
share
deal.
elevators with what's the guy who used to host 106 after Free and AJ.
Oh,
After Free and AJ,
I know which one- I know how you
the
look.
little one. He in the movie
I
with
can't remember his name.
the Steve Harvey movies.
Mike. No.
No.
What is his name?
Terrence.
Terrence.
Yeah, I share elevators with Terrence because he was new.
No
and
big deal.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big deal for me, but I had to act like it wasn't.
Right.
A
No
big deal.
big deal. Just like, hey,
And-
Terrence, what you saying, boy?
I think I did street promo for Jahem. Also,
What?
next door to me was the Bad Boys team. Diddy's label, Bad Boys for Life. So I would help them sometimes. I have really great experiences in New York.
That is
So
amazing.
I wanted EMI to hire me, but then there's like, no, babes. And by that time, my year was up, right?
See? Gotta
So-
get on these people country.
Yes. And so I had the experience of making the call with them to say, hey, my time is winding down.
Mhm.
Y'all downsized my department and hired me. Like they hired me after downsizing the
Right.
department.
Right.
And I was like,
Mhm.
you probably want to keep me on because you went through all that trouble.
exactly.
And it was like, mm-mm.
Mm-mm. We find somebody else who's an American. No.
Yeah, and I get it, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
It wasn't like I was some VP or anything
No,
like that.
no.
But I treasure those experiences.
Wow.
I treasure. I saw Sully, Captain Sully, land that plane on the Hudson River. All those years ago, there was I think it was a United Airlines. There's a movie about it now. There's a United Airlines flight that they had a bird strike and the plane crash landed in the Hudson River. Because I worked on the Jersey side of the Hudson, so there's Jersey, the Hudson, and Manhattan.
Right.
Right there, World Trade Center. I could see the World Trade
Wow.
Center spot, the heritage spot at that point, because the towers had already gone down,
Yeah.
obviously.
Mhm, mhm,
And I remember my dad called me. He's like, "Are you okay?" Because he knew I worked right
mhm,
there on the
mhm,
Hudson. Are
mhm.
you okay? I was like, "What happened? What you mean? You don't know?" I was like, "Daddy, what happened?" Now, he in the Bahamas.
Right.
He tell me a plane in the river, and I look at the window. I was like, "Oh my god, a plane is in the river!"
That's crazy.
Right? So
That
I
is
had good
crazy.
experiences.
So you went from wanting to be this doctor
Mhm.
to not only going to like the music school, because I mean, like there's Berkeley and then there's Juilliard, and then like
Yes,
that's
and
it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
So you went to like the number 2 music school in
Yes.
the United States of
Yes.
America, and depending on which side you lean on, some people may call it the number 1.
Yeah.
just all
I would
depends.
say it's number one if you're doing pop music
Right.
and jazz.
Right.
Juilliard definitely would be number one if it's classical,
Right,
theater, and dance.
right.
Yeah.
So you're talking about the Berklee College of Music, and so you're done. You do these amazing things, like unthinkable,
I had great experiences, man.
and then you come home.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Well, the transition to home wasn't. I was disappointed, but the dream was still there.
You didn't let it go. You didn't give up on it.
Not let the dream go. I came home. I tried to get jobs, right? Like
That must have been fun.
I didn't try that hard. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, but I was blessed in that my family has a family business that I could work with.
Okay. I didn't know your family had a business.
Yeah,
so what this
so-
business is? You got to tell me.
that I still work for. I still work
Okay.
for them. Alliance Customs Clearance and Logistics Services. It's a brokerage company, and we do heavy duty trucking like trailer heads and dumper trucks. I have a dumper truck too. Like y'all, I used to be doing things. Multiple streams of income is where it's at, ladies.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to fund your dreams. Huh?
Wow.
Fund your dreams. It's
I
number
learned
four.
something new about you today.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So when I say I busy, I really just be meaning it. I don't even just be
No.
saying it. Yeah.
Because people think when we say we busy, they think we run in one studio somewhere singing.
Yeah, no, it ain't always that.
No.
Like I literally doing a spreadsheet right now, and so I may not be able to give you the attention, but I will get back to it. But so when I came home, I had that option.
Okay.
right? And my dad said, I know you want to do music, but you can work here
Right.
until things open up for you.
Right.
Again, that's support. That's a
Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
And
So y'all, who wants singing thing? I'm gonna do things. Get a job.
you still have to get a job, baby. Until that making the money you
I just thought I should
need.
slide that in there. 'Cause,
Yeah.
some people believe they can get a record deal, and
No, this industry is very, very hard.
Um,
And most
or somebody's gonna discover you, and then you're not
No.
gonna have to work another day in your life. Go to work, boo.
that's the music industry of the 90s, not
Not
the
twen- no,
2000s.
not
Definitely
2021.
not 2021.
No.
And it again, I don't want to miscommunicate, because there are instances where you sometimes have to dive 100% in.
Correct.
If I was working, I could call it a demand job. If I was
Mhm.
working for a company where I didn't have the flexibility to
Mhm.
put work into my craft, I may have had to make a decision, and I may not have been where I am at today.
That's interesting. Mhm.
You do have to sometimes sacrifice time, and a lot of times you can't sacrifice Caesar's time, and that's when sometimes you have to leave your job.
Yeah.
But you still need to make sure you have to shore up everything before you make that decision. I mean, that's the way I think.
Yeah.
Some people
I
may
agree.
have
I agree.
another way of
agree.
looking at it, because some people think you have to just dive right in, no safety net, because a safety net means that you don't believe in your dream 100%.
Safety net mean you want to eat,
That's what I think. And as a
and you
woman,
don't want to buy take your house and your car.
as a woman, there's some different, because I even remember being in New York and the East Coast tri-state area, and me and Julian were on that track the same time
Right.
too.
Right.
And Julian would be like, "Come down to Philly. I in studio this weekend." And I'd be like, "Okay, well, where you staying?" Like, "I sleeping in the studio." Sir, I can't sleep in the studio.
Yeah. No.
I can't sleep in some random man's studio.
No.
I am a woman.
Yeah.
Where do you bathe?
Right.
Man, you gotta want it. I want it, but
Not a man.
I can't. Yeah. So you have to also discern where you're at in your life.
Yeah.
And it didn't mean that I didn't want it. It does not mean that I didn't want it bad enough. And there are some people would say, "Oh, there's no lengths I won't go to if I want something bad enough." But that's not me. That's not my story.
I mean, but you got a bed though.
You got a bed. And at that point, I'm working. And the only way I'm eating is because I'm working. So if I go to Philly for the weekend, that means I'm not working. So how I gonna eat? You got a bed at least. Like,
At
you know what I
least.
mean?
At least.
So yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Very.
That's crazy. Let's get some of these comments in here because people have been talking a little bit.
Ooh.
They've been talking a little bit. Vanessa Blank says, she says, "Good day, ladies. She eating some mangoes now."
Mm. Let me tell you, the Chippenham and Oaksfield mangoes are the best on the island. Period.
What's so good about
Don't
them?
come for me. I don't know. They just taste different. They're consistently the same taste. Now that the pinewood mangoes, I don't really like them like that. I could taste the different flavors. I'm telling you.
Y'all, Wendy
Diamond
inside
mango.
Gloria People in the FM studio talk about the flavors of mangoes. I
Yeah.
can't with this girl.
But the consistency
Wow.
of the Chippenham and Oaksfield, that's that area where COB is.
right here, yeah.
That damn, and they're resilient. Because let me tell you, after one hurricane, right,
Uh-huh.
all the mango trees in our office yard was down. And this was a word. This was a revelation to me when this
Okay.
happened. This was about 3 years ago.
I hear you,
This
boo.
was in Dorian. This was another bad hurricane that hit Nassau.
Right.
The tree was down, so it was like this, down.
Uh-huh.
That tree still bear.
What you
fruit.
mean?
Exactly. That's a root.
That's a word.
That's a sermon on roots.
That's a word.
And listen, when I saw that, I was like, oh, look at this word. Look at this parable unfolding in front of me.
My goodness.
I talking no little pum mangoes, and I telling you this tree was dead.
My goodness.
This was a tree, mango tree. I talking about no mango stem break off.
No,
The
that's good,
tree
that's
was
good.
broken
The
at
tree
the
was
trunk,
broken at the trunk and still
and it
bearing.
still bear fruit, and them mangoes ripe and they taste the same. That's them roots.
So y'all go in by COB,
Mhm.
Nassau Street, Chippenham,
Yes.
Boyd Road, that
Yes,
area
that
around there.
area.
Get y'all some mangoes. According to Wendy, she said it the best.
Yes.
I got to taste it to see. She said it the best.
I have some right in view. You can see it.
I got it. Shanicia say, I remember Wendy back in the day. Wow, Shanicia. Yeah, she remember that. She
Hi.
says she looked the same. She has not aged.
Thank
Now,
you.
That is crazy that you still look
Let me tell you, I
like
have a one.
when you was
Number
in high
5.
school, babe.
When you are following your purpose and following your dream, you are decorated to do certain things. I am decorated to be in the entertainment industry. You look the same too, Marisha. I
You
want
think
lie.
so?
Yep, you look the same. We are decorated, and when I say in this, right, it may be a little shallow, but when you're in the entertainment industry, you have to look a certain way.
You do.
You have to look.
You do.
Young.
There has to be some consistency.
Yeah.
Attractive
That's
and
why.
appealing.
That's why I still look like this, because I was meant to do this. I'm meant to be in entertainment.
Wow. That's
I am
powerful.
Physically decorated. You hear that term? You're decorated to do this. No, I am
Mhm.
literally decorated,
to do what
what
you
I
do.
do. and that's why I still look young. Y'all need to see me without makeup and with my natural hair too. I look 17.
Yeah. When I take this makeup off, I just look right back in grade 12.
Yes,
that's
that's what I'm telling you. I know you
Not
look,
wearing makeup. Yeah,
you look the
yeah.
same.
Yeah, I look
You look the same.
Yeah, I look the
Thank you for that compliment.
I ain't got no gray hair yet either too. Listen.
I have one.
I ain't got none. My mommy tell me don't wait. She say don't wait. When you get that
No,
man and that
no.
child, the gray hair coming.
I don't know if that's what it is. I had
Ah.
this one gray strand for like 10 years now, but
Yeah, one.
just one long gray strand.
I ain't got none yet. I ain't got none yet. Michelle Johnson says that's good. Faith without works is dead.
Yes.
And she says, love it, Wendy. Why this thing ain't working for me? Not working. Multiple streams of income. And Vanessa also says, love the confidence. This is good. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I did not do this. I sorry, y'all. I just, this is just not in me. And I always forget. You have to like and share the show. My fellow DJs always round me.
Yes.
They
I
fuss me.
shared it. Let
They're
me
like,
double
you
check.
don't tell people to like and share the show. Guys, you have to
share it.
like and share the show. I always feel like I'm one of those YouTubers when I say it. So can you please like and share? And make a
because this is good
comment.
stuff.
I know.
You have to share.
I'm sorry. It's just
like
not
how I tell
innate
you
in
about
me.
them Chippenham mangoes.
Yeah.
You can't
Apparently,
keep
I
a
can eat
good
them.
thing. Yeah. Let me share it again.
So listen, y'all, like and share the show. We definitely want to get people to tune in. So, okay, so Wendy, this is amazing how you talked about this, because coming back home for me, I wasn't like you. I had no family business.
Mhm.
I had no family business. So when I came back home, I ended up working Dolphin Key Dead Lattice.
Oh. No disrespect, but whoa. Those companies suck you in.
Ooh.
I lie. I never worked there, but this is always what I hear from people
Listen to
that have
me.
worked
Listen to
the
me.
hotel industry.
If Bishop Denzel Road was not in my life,
Mm.
I would have still been there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, unless
I
you
would have still
want
been there.
to be a hotelier.
Because the money will make you feel like
Mm-hmm. Especially when you're fresh out of college.
I can do this. I
Yeah.
can do this, But I'll tell you this too. I realized, let me tell you what that job did for me. It brought out of me the reality of the fact that I did not know who I was and I wasn't confident in who I am, because I changed. I changed. I started to adapt to the
To the
environment.
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when my eyes were open to like, yeah, no, you thought you was this person and so confident in who God has called you to be, and yeah, this you want to be this amazing person, and you want to sing, and you want to pastor, and you want to counsel, and you want to do all this stuff. Yeah, no, you work at these people place for 6 months and you become a totally different person.
Yeah.
And when I tell
Wow.
you, I became a totally different person.
But what was that like when at the moment, let's say, did you say 6 months? Let's
Yeah,
just put a
it was,
time frame
yeah,
on
it
it.
was like 6 months I worked
Let's
there.
say on the first day of that 7 month, what was that like when you were face to face with that mirror? Like, how did you deal with that? Because that's interesting.
That I was disappointed in myself.
Mhm.
If I'm honest with you, I was suicidal for a few months.
Oh my God.
I was depressed. I literally became the opposite of who people knew me to be.
Oh, my God.
When I say the opposite, like the polar opposite, like most people know me to be this woman of God who's always excited, always happy, always motivating, always encouraging, always busy doing the things of God. I became the complete opposite. I fell into such a place of hopelessness, Wendy. I did not believe God anymore.
Oh my goodness.
I was convinced that all this Bible college I went to, all this education I had, all this passion that I had for music, for church, for young people, for the things of God, all of it just died. I just died. I died on the inside. I completely died on the inside.
What Atlantis is still
And-
it's just like sorry, Atlantis. Sorry, Gloria. I'm gonna say it like that, but
yeah,
that's heavy. And I
I've
have
given up on everything.
I have to question your environment when something like that happens.
Listen, everything on the inside of me died. And I'll tell you this, it wasn't just Atlantis. It was mostly there. It was mostly being there. But it was also the combination of coming home and not finding that space anymore. Like that space just didn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Who I used to be, where I used to be, who I used to be around. That
Yeah,
place
the-
no
the
longer
fertile
existed.
ground. You didn't
And
have
I
fertile
didn't have
ground
that anymore. And then the dream just seemed completely unachievable. I got to that place where, like, at that time too, when I had come home, I had an entire live recording sitting in the hands of producers
Yeah.
saying, Marisha, you recorded this album in 2011. You said you was going to release it in 2013 when you graduated from college.
Mhm.
It's now 2013. We getting ready to go to 2014. What you doing with this music? And I was like,
Wow.
listen,
Yeah. You wasn't listening. That was your tribe right there.
singing. Listen, Freddie was on me. Junior was on me. They were
Yeah.
all on me. Like, what you doing with this music? What you doing with this? And I was like, nobody want to hear me sing no more.
Oh,
And
where did that come from?
listen, if I didn't get pulled into Denzel Roll and Friends,
Yeah.
people think I wasn't doing music because I was singing with Denzel Roll and Friends, not knowing Denzel Roll and Friends
why you were
pulled me
singing.
back. It was one of the catalysts that pulled me back into
singing.
purpose.
Mhm.
Eventually I would have left the church that I was at, and then I would have joined Life Worship Center, and Bishop Denzel Roll eventually became my pastor. He was like a mentor to me all of those years. Similar
Yeah.
to you, when I went off to college,
Mhm.
he and his wife
Yes.
invested in me.
Yeah.
And when I used to come home from college, I had a job where he worked. He used to
Okay.
come and I used to work for him.
Mhm.
So like, I died on the inside, Wendy. I gave up on, when I tell you I gave up on everything, I mean like everything. I don't mean like I gave up on a particular area in my life. Like I gave up on the idea of everything, the idea of getting married, having
Oh my
children,
goodness.
the idea of singing before the masses, like I had dreams about.
Yeah.
I gave up on the conferences that I saw myself speaking at in front of young people, in front of women. I gave up on all of that.
Mhm.
I was like, this ain't happening no more. I miss
Wow.
God. I should have gone
Wow.
and I should have finished my little music education degree, and I should have gone teach children how to sing and
Yeah.
play the piano and play the instruments, make my little $18,000 a year,
Whew.
and call it a day. I literally,
I don't even know what to say.
it died.
because-
Everything died.
There's nothing even to say after that because after a death is a funeral. Then there's a resurrection. Thank
Ooh,
God.
Let me tell you something. You said it, and it's the theme. It's the theme for the show for this season. Find your tribe. Listen to me. Listen to me. If there were not people around me who saw what I had in me, pushing me,
Mhm.
annoying me, fussing me, rowing me,
Yeah.
literally pulling me up out of the low places that I was in, I would not be the woman that y'all see today.
Wow.
I would not be. I had some people who, when I would lock myself up, Wendy, in my house, I'd be like, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't doing nothing. They come to my house. I had a friend of mine, literally one day she came and she dragged me out of my bed and she put me in the shower.
Drag you out of your bed.
She dragged
Wow.
me out of my bed. She put me in the shower and she say, you coming out of this house
Wow.
today.
Yes. Good.
You are coming out of this house today.
Tribe.
So I can't even explain what that place was like, but I always tell people that it's something that I never forget, and I always
You can't forget that. That's a part of your story.
I'm always aware of the signs of when the enemy tries to take me back there.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the weird things about going after your dreams and going after your goals, when you have that I think everybody has that time where they hit rock bottom at some point in time and going after what they want to do in life. When you hit rock bottom and you come out of it, people always say you'll never go back there, but you'd be surprised how easy it is to go back.
That slip.
Because as much as it was a bad place, it was a comfortable place.
Yeah. Yes.
Rock bottom is very comfortable.
Wow.
It is very comfortable.
Wow.
You aren't responsible for nothing. You aren't worrying about nothing.
Wow.
You won't think about nothing. It is a carefree, forget all y'all
Yeah.
words I want to say, but I can't
That's
say
it.
on the radio.
Right.
So what?
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very real place.
Mm-hmm.
Real place. Very easy to get back to. Unfortunately, and fortunately, there's absolutely no way I can get back there now.
You said, and fortunately?
I said, unfortunately, and fortunately.
Okay.
Right.
And
There's
you cleared it up.
absolutely no way.
No, there's too many people looking at you.
Too
now.
many people pulling on me.
Too
Too
many
many like even when I feel like I
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Yep. There's
I
too
need
many
you.
responsibilities. At that
I
point,
need
when you were
you.
there, you didn't have the responsibilities
No.
yet.
No, I didn't.
You didn't have the mentees. You
No,
didn't have you know what I mean? People
no.
that you needed to answer to.
I didn't. And then I also didn't have the I think you can relate to this for sure, Wendy. I didn't have the exposure that I have now. I think that there's a level of naivety that we operate in our younger years that, like, when we get older and we start to realize, okay, wait, for me, it was one of those like, so my parents ain't perfect.
Yeah.
So they do stupid stuff too. So the fact that I did stupid stuff means that I'm really bad because
Right.
like old people do stupid stuff too. And like,
so it's not the end of the
right.
world?
So apparently, this mistake that I made does not make me the most horrible human being on the earth, because there are human beings out there who are much older than I am who do these same crazy things that I do.
Yeah,
And
some days I look at myself and I'll be like, wait, I'm an adult?
who let me be?
Are we the adults now?
We are. You're the parent, Wendy.
I'm somebody's mom.
You
Sometimes
somebody-
I forget.
Somebody's call you mommy.
Literally, sometimes I forget. And that's sobering, That's sobering, because then that would mean that anytime you feel like you can get back to that place, that it's a place that you can come out of.
Yeah.
And the pressure is there, of course.
Yeah,
But-
most definitely.
But I can come out of that because
Most definitely.
yeah.
Most definitely. But it wasn't fun. It was not fun.
oh man.
And the journey to coming out of that place was a very long one. I can't even tell you what it was like to get to the place where I'm at now. So I say to you, I'm finally in the studio.
yeah.
You have no idea how much of a miracle that is.
a miracle.
And I am not over exaggerating.
A miracle.
Yeah.
But you're a
because-
singer.
Yeah, but I mean, like, keep in mind now, I was doing my thing and then everything fell apart for me.
Right.
So when I started singing again, I was singing with this group, Janzerol and Friends.
Yeah.
Mind you, I still doing my little like funeral there,
Yeah.
wedding there.
And
But in
you were
my-
coaching too.
And I was coaching because I mean, those who don't do teach.
Yeah. Oh no.
I just this is the
that's
dream.
yeah, okay.
This is the part of
the part of the dream.
that people don't talk about. So I was like, I got studio by myself. I'll sing a lot of people things. So you want me
Right.
to come sing on your song? Yeah, I got you. singing with Dangerous in France. Man, listen, I sing with some of the most amazing
Yeah.
singers in this country.
Y'all is sing now.
And
now.
I feel like I'm the least out of all of them. So I'm like,
But you have solo, and he only have 3 soloists. You know that.
well,
It's
okay.
you.
So we're not gonna talk about that right now. We're gonna talk about it
You
right now.
have to be the cream of the crop.
So I say, man, I could just sing with Dancer Rolling Friends. This is gonna be good.
Mhm.
And I didn't just hide. I became that person that sang with Dancer Rolling Friends, and then I said,
Ah,
"This is it.
That's it. That's
This
it.
is it." And then you grow up in church, so ain't nothing like when the prophetic word come to pass. The
Yes.
prophet, the
Yes.
prophet then tell you, "Oh, I see you in a group. Like,
Oh, I'm in the group. I did it.
I in the group.
All right, that's me.
I'm in the group.
Yeah.
This is what I'm supposed to be doing." So, yes, in 2020, during the pandemic, was finally when I got to the point where I was like, I want to record again. Like Marisha wants to do it.
Yeah. Well.
So I haven't released music since 2011.
What? Since that live album?
Since my second concert when that's the last time I stood on the stage as me and just me.
I got
10
you. Outside
years
of
ago.
gigs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? I expect to hear this journey on this album.
Yes, you will.
I want to hear
You
this
will.
journey.
I'm already being criticized by producers, being told that there's nothing else like this out there. People are not going to buy this music. And I'm like, yeah, you don't worry about that.
Hmm.
You don't worry about that.
Hmm.
This album needs to represent 2011 to 2021.
Yes, that journey.
So there was like, but people is buy worship albums or they buy contemporary
that's fine.
albums.
You could do that on the second one.
I said, okay,
You do the second one.
listen, you just listen to this.
Yeah.
That's
And
what I
actually
want.
identify with that because
Yeah.
my first project was not a project for sale. I mean, it was for sale, but it wasn't what
It was a passion project.
Yeah. That was for me.
Mm.
That was for me. This one you doing is for you.
Yeah.
And it's going to touch a lot of people. I'm telling you, I still have people now. My first EP coming out of, being when you sang gospel.
Right.
My first EP was called Lunar and it was heartbreak. There are some people who would tell you, my husband tells me, that's the most depressing thing I ever heard in my life. Like you have to be in a mood to listen to Lunar.
Right.
It is depressing.
Right.
Even some days, I haven't listened to Lunar in years.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday he played some of the songs I was doing a shoot. And I was like, oh, I know this song. What is this? Oh, it's me. Oh my God, this song is so sad.
Wow.
But it was important because I would still have people come up to me and say, yo, that song, I identify with that song.
That's
I
good.
listen to that song and I just cry. It wasn't no solution.
No.
It didn't make me feel better.
No.
But I cry with you.
Wow.
And as an artist, we have to express and we have to tell our story.
Yeah.
And that's what this could be. And then the next one could be for the people.
Yeah.
The next one could be for the
I don't
people.
remember that.
Yeah. All my other songs for the people. You could buy and dance to that.
Not worried about it. You've said so much, even in that one little line right there, Wendi, because I think we forget that our craft is about expression.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I think we often make it about the people that we perform for too much that we lose the essence of who we really are. How have you maintained you?
Well, I'll be honest with you, girl. I used to be selling out sometimes. I ain't right.
That's real talk. I mean, yeah. Wow.
Have to pay number 6 in the dreams. The bills gotta get paid.
The bills have to pay.
I know be on number 6 and number 7, but the bills gotta be paid.
That's
like I said, your first one could be your passion project,
right? But then after
honey,
that,
you money after that, okay?
Right.
And that's easy to do when you're talented.
Mm-hmm.
And you sing the house down. Like, I think the last time I heard you sing was at a funeral.
Oh,
and
to MD's funeral. Yeah.
No. Our friend Kieran in 2020. Yeah.
Oh,
Pastor Roca.
Yeah.
Pastor Roca. And that was a very sad time. I don't know what it is to lose a mom, but Kiran is a friend of mine.
Yes, yeah.
Me and Kiran went to Berkeley together.
That's right. That's right.
And we're also bandmates.
Right.
And, I'm in there all somber. And they all get up on stage. I say, let me just remain somber. Oh. Then you get on the mic. I said, how? And listen, this is
so crazy.
the height of the pandemic where everyone trying
Yeah,
to
when everybody trying to like
everybody
social
mask up.
distance.
No, I take my mask off. I
and you
was
was in
singing.
there, boo.
Because I was like, I can't sing with this mask on. I have to sing with Marisha. I have to. She needs the support. And I feel
Yeah.
like these people.
Wow.
Y'all sing the house. Down.
Jeez, wow. So it's since wow,
Yeah, it's
I didn't
2020.
know you were there.
Yeah, I mean, I was there. Of course I was there.
I didn't know you were there.
Yeah. I was all
But
the way in
that
the
I
back.
mean, like that was one of those funerals when you sing and then
And you go away.
yeah, because of COVID.
Yeah. No, I was there. I mean,
They needed
whole
the
band
room.
was there.
They needed the room for people to sit once we were
Got
done
it,
singing. So
got
we
it.
had to leave. Yeah.
Got it.
So yeah, I didn't know you were there. I was thinking it was MD's funeral because everybody makes reference to that funeral.
Yeah.
Everybody makes reference to that. Whenever
No,
I
it was
get
last
calls, it's be like, I want you to sing the song you sing to MD's funeral. I'd be like,
Yeah.
okay. Do you also have the band that played
That's important.
to MD's funeral?
Shouts out to MDs. Shouts out to King Ran and Pastor
Yeah.
Roca. Whenever we have to use our gifts for
It's crazy.
these somber things, it's weird.
It's
It is
amazing
very
how
weird.
how small this world is though, because you know Kiran from Berkeley.
Mhm.
I know him because we went to Gray's Music together.
Oh,
So like he's known me just as long as you have because he's known me
Oh.
from I was like a
a
child
child.
in Temple Christian uniform,
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
trying to play the cello and sing because I thought I was gonna be a cellist. I guess.
Esperanza.
I
It's
don't
still
know.
possible. You could be. She won a Grammy, girl.
I don't know who I thought I was
Hello?
gonna be because I hated piano.
Yeah.
Definitely could not get no air out of no wind instrument. Like none whatsoever. I tried my hardest. I couldn't even get
That's
air
weird.
out of a
because
clarinet.
I used to get lightheaded playing the flute.
Babe,
That's weird because we're singers.
we singers, we
should
supposed to be able to do this stuff.
blow it away.
No, could listen to me.
That's
I
very
could
weird.
not get one toot out of a clarinet.
But we sidetracked.
yeah,
We were talking about expression.
yes.
You asked, how do I said,
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
sell out sometimes. Yeah, I sell out sometimes. I'll just say it again. But there are times where I try to make it really true to what Wendy wants to convey.
Mhm.
If I can think of a song where my current single Walkout is very, very true to me.
Yeah.
It's very much Wendy, even though I didn't write that song, but it's very much Wendy. I'm very much expressing what I
Right.
believe in that song.
Mhm.
And I'm the first person to say to people, I actually just did an article with Bahamas Local.
Okay.
I said,
nice.
stop telling artists how to express their art.
Oh.
I literally, and I've been saying that for years. I think music has become much too politicized.
Mhm.
Everyone want to tell you how you're supposed to do your music.
Yes.
If you say you want to do rake and scrape, and that's how you want to do rake and scrape, okay,
And if you don't want to do it,
okay, and it's okay.
it's okay.
And I was like, even during this whole carnival thing, everybody and they Grammy had something to say about how music's supposed to
Yeah,
sound, how Bahamian music's
yeah,
supposed to sound.
Yeah.
And I could hear that type of stuff from fellow musicians, from fellow musicologists. But everybody Grammy who worked the construction house had something to say about
Construction?
music. Yeah, and I'm like, ain't you a carpenter? Why are you trying to tell me how to do music? And I remember I would say to people on social media, I'm like, look, y'all putting too much politics in music. Let politicians do politics and let
Not music.
musicians do music.
Just express yourself.
Just express yourself. And listen, if you don't like it, that's fine. Not every song you're gonna like.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And sometimes when musicians do music, when artists paint, when dancers dance, sometimes they're doing it for themselves.
Yeah.
Okay?
And there's somebody out there who's gonna connect to
There's
it.
someone that's
You
going
just
to
ain't
connect
that
with it.
somebody.
And
And that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
It's an art.
I think I think one of the most difficult, I guess you could say, I don't know, approaches to following your dream is that concept of knowing that, okay, if this is what you want to do, this is what you feel like you should be putting out there, sticking with it,
Versus-
like sticking with it. It's
Yeah.
hard to stick with it when you have so many other voices, you know, and especially when you value those voices. I
Yeah.
have a voice in my ear all the time. To me, he is the greatest Bahamian entertainer of all time. One, Dylan D. Mac McKenzie.
Yeah.
He
Shouts
is
out, Mac.
in my ear
What Mac telling you?
all the time.
What are you telling you about this album? He
when-
telling you need to do a rake and scrape.
Yeah.
He's right. But
And-
you don't have to do it now, but he's right.
So he said, okay, so you're doing this to girl talk show, right? So you need a Rake and Scrape song on the show. And I'm like, I don't really sound good singing Rake and Scrape.
Okay,
I
pause.
don't sound
You
good.
stop that right there.
So this what he say. This what he say.
Oh, are you saying the same thing? Okay.
You could sing the phone book. Open this book.
Exactly.
Anyway, open the book. Sing this. Sing
Exactly.
this. Just sing this. And I'm like,
I gotta agree with him. I
got a comment here coming to my personal phone. So this is hilarious. Say to ask Wendi. I must ask Wendi if there is a Bahamian Destiny's Child reunion coming, aka Fresh Wind.
Who is that? Who is that? Is that Delton? Only 6 people know the freshman. Woo! Man, look at you cause y'all
Oh, where you
like
find,
the
boo?
Lord, the squawk, y'all. I mean, that's too much to unpack.
Oh my
Old
god.
Farm Fest, the matching silver outfits with the platform boots. Y'all.
Wait a minute. What, man?
Yes.
What?
Also, we had a name change. We were called Redeemed first. You'd be just like Destiny
Oh my
Child.
gosh, I remember this.
Yes. Hello. We had a remix to the boys' mind. You should say, "We are redeemed. We
Yes!
are rearranged." Yeah.
Out by the old carnival grounds.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
We was hot, girl.
Wendy.
He was hot, girl, man. Hot. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. I've been singing long. I keep
Delton,
telling
you got
y'all.
your answer.
Delton, I don't like it, Delton. I don't like you bringing up things like that from the past like that. That's too deep.
Wow.
People would need too much backstory, Delton. Delton, how you doing? Shouts out, Delton.
Yeah, man. That's my boy, man.
Fresh Wind. I don't think there's gonna be a reunion.
Wow.
My cousin Latoya, she doesn't sing anymore.
Yes, Latoya.
That's Latoya. She don't sing. no
Latoya
more.
doing it though.
Yeah,
She's doing it. She's doing amazing
amazing.
things.
She's amazing. She don't sing no more. I can't tell you the last time I saw my cousin Francoya and Antoinette. Honestly, and that's
Wow.
my bad.
Yeah.
That was my
I mean, you know, there was a whole pandemic though.
yes,
So,
yes.
you know, we blame everything on the
What?
pandemic these
Fresh
days.
Wind, Jesus.
Goodness gracious. All right. So that was a little sidetrack. So expression is important. Expression is important. But talk about how your dream has kind of changed and shifted a little bit now that, okay, it's a question I wanted to ask you off air, but I can ask you on air. And then if
Okay.
you don't answer it, I mean, it's okay.
Okay.
I can't imagine what it was like for you shifting from being Wendi, the solo artist. Then you decided to get married to an artist.
Yeah.
And what that meant for you as a woman, what
Yeah.
that meant for you as an artist,
Mhm.
what that meant for you as a person, like how that's been like kind of meshing these two people together, but still kind of keeping them a little separate and not losing your identity, but still wanting to make sure that you're everything that you can be to him and everything that you can be to your daughter. And then, but you know, you still got all this fabulousness that's on the inside of you that the world needs to see. And
It is a challenge.
how you first
it's
of all,
not
how you doing
easy.
it? How
So
you
you're asking me about balance.
Yes.
That's what
How
you're
are you
asking me about.
doing it?
Girl, I just
And how did
fail
you make that
sometimes.
transition?
I just fail sometimes.
Wow.
I just fail sometimes. Like, honestly, I fail a lot sometimes. And then sometimes I get it right.
Mhm.
Like some days I get all my hats and I'm like,
wow.
go girl.
You did it.
You did that.
Right.
And then some days my relationship struggles.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Some days my motherhood struggles.
Right.
Some days Wendi, the regular Wendi with a Y, struggles.
Wow.
Right? And then some days Wendi with an I, that brand struggles. Like
wow.
it's really I still didn't get it.
You ain't get it yet.
That's the transparent part of it. But the good thing is my family and my tribe are giving me the grace to figure it out.
That's so cool.
And that's like my daughter right now is with my parents
Nice.
because I'm here.
Right.
I've had rehearsals this week. So the grace from my husband is that, okay, the house may not be that clean.
Right.
Or we may have to buy food today because
Right.
when he didn't get a chance to
To cook. Right.
you know, so the grace is there. The grace to try to figure it out and
Right.
be imperfect is there. So it is a
Right.
challenge. It is. Now there's not so much of a challenge between Dyson and I meshing our singing brands
Mhm.
because we actually have that worked out really good
Okay.
because we've been bandmates since 2010.
Right.
So that synergy of when he breaks into his Dyson night and when I'm just Wendi, or when we come together as a couple that are performing, or if we're in a band together, we actually
Right.
have that worked out pretty good.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Like I can go on a stage as Wendi and not reference Dyson at all, and it's fine. And I don't feel no lack except for the fact that I want my partner on stage with me,
Aw.
and vice versa. I don't think you feel that way about me
Yeah.
though. I think like when he on stage by himself, he's be trying to be like that sexy guy,
Right.
or whatever. You know, you
You're
want your
right.
wife on
Right.
stage,
Right. All right.
whatever.
You don't have no
Whatever.
wife, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But that one, I think we actually have a handle on it. But as far as now, all of the hats, because I literally am a daughter,
Yes,
I'm
you
a
are.
sister,
Mhm.
I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a businesswoman, right? So I
Mhm.
manage Alliance. I'm
Mhm.
also an entrepreneur. I told you I have a truck, I
Yeah.
have real estate, I have a new clothing business, all
Yes.
these things.
Mhm.
So there's time, even as an entrepreneur, there's a lot of time you have to dedicate to that. leaning
Right.
into,
Right.
And it all drains you mentally.
Mhm.
So at the end of any given Tuesday at 7 p.m., my daughter wants to play with me. I may not be mentally ready to do it. I may not have it in me emotionally because everything else has strained me and pulled me.
Mhm.
So the grace there is now my husband has to step in and give her the attention that she needs. And I'm feeling guilty about it too. That mommy
Mhm.
guilt kicks all the way in. And then you know what? The very next day I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm taking the day off. I ain't doing nothing. And I take my daughter to the beach. And that's all we do all day. So I'm still figuring out balance.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. The day I saw you guys, it was kind of a sad occasion at Uncle T's memorial. I saw you and your husband on
yeah.
stage together, and I was like, "Oh, this is so cool."
Yeah.
Because you guys look so comfortable on stage together.
We had
like,
just
no
finished
big
fighting.
deal.
We just finished rowing.
Wow.
I tell you, we got to stop back. just finished rowing, literally.
Lord, Dyson, Wendi talking all y'all business on the
All
radio.
of this is the truth, man.
That's wow.
There's a part of following your dream because the part
Couldn't
there
tell.
is dedication
Couldn't tell.
and discipline. That's discipline.
Could not tell
because
nothing was going
That
on.
means when I perform on stage, it ain't all the time that I want to be on stage. It ain't all the
Right.
time that I want to
Right.
perform, but that
Right.
ain't nobody else's business but mine.
Right.
And in this case with Uncle T, I wasn't hired per se, but I was
Right.
asked to do a job.
Right.
And I'm gonna do it as if there's 10,000 people out there. And them 10,000 people ain't care to me. My husband just finished rowing.
Wow.
So that's discipline. When you following your dream, you ain't gonna feel like doing it all the time.
No.
But you have to.
No.
Yeah, we just finished rowing.
Wow.
And then after we row, we finish row. We finish it. we wrap it up. It's all right. That happens. And people ask me that all the time. So what do you do when you're upset with Dyson and you're on stage? What do you mean what I do? I gotta sing. What am I supposed to do? Be like, no, I'm not doing it. No, that's immature.
Yeah.
That's immature. That's not.
Just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, dude, you gotta do. That's not a healthy relationship. That's not fair to anyone else. And that's
Right.
really one of the reasons why most people say you ain't supposed to get together with your bandmates.
Right.
So I have a responsibility to my bandmates. I have a responsibility to the promoter
Mhm.
to be professional, and you just kind of shut that off. Sometimes
and then turn
I
it back on.
Yeah,
when it's
I
time
do
to.
turn it on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. 'Cause-
Or sometimes I'll just turn around and be like, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Rolling your eyes.
only the drummer see what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, when you turn your back. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah.
Wow.
I'm happy that, like you said, you didn't notice anything because that also comes with skill.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
That's
see.
a skill.
Couldn't
as
tell.
I
Even
said.
when you guys were sitting down talking to one another, like.
We was talking.
Yeah, there was a period of time we all talked to each other when y'all were sitting down to the table
Oh,
together, and
Maybe.
yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
notice anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I
Good.
wasn't watching y'all the whole time.
No, I
but
got you. No,
I didn't
good.
notice anything.
But I
so-
mean, that's just a little tidbit, little fun little.
yeah, that's cool.
You didn't know.
Do you have any regrets?
I regret not doing music sooner.
Okay.
I regret. I wouldn't say I regret getting my biochem degree, but I feel like Wendi, the Wendi that everyone knows now, popped off in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
By that time, I was already in my 20s
Right.
or my mid 20s already. Oh, I just aged myself again. Lord, the bomb is supposed to think I'm 28. Oh boy.
I mean, you look 14 though,
Thanks. Thank you.
which would make Tyson a pedophile.
Yeah. Tyson is actually also, I won't call his age, but he's decorated to do what he does as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
'cause
I
he
could tell.
looks way younger
could
than
tell.
he is.
Yeah.
I wish I did it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I wish, when I was just trying to figure it out in my mid-20s, I wish I had the dedication and the seriousness that I have now,
Yeah.
because I feel like I would have been further along. And I know a
Mhm.
lot of people say, well, Wendy, you're doing it. Yes. But I feel like in the industry,
Mm-hmm.
there are people that are making strides.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say this. It's not that I don't feel like I'm working hard enough. I just wish I did it younger.
Mm.
I wish either I wish I did this younger, or I wish I had my child younger. So it's like a timing
I got you.
thing. Yeah.
I got you. It's often hard to find that balance.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to end now.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's 5:56. Believe it or not, we've been talking this
Ooh.
long. We've been talking that long. It don't feel
It
like
don't
that.
feel like it. It
don't
literally feel like 20 minutes.
It feel like we only been talking for a couple minutes. What would you say is, I guess you could say, the one thing that you would never ever do again?
You ever access anybody else? What kind of answers did they give? Because I'm drawing a blank, but I want to give. I want to give an answer. I would
Let me tell
never do
you. Let me
again.
tell you what I would never do again. Somebody asked me this 2 months ago. It was one of my voice students actually. She said, "Think about the amount of experiences you've had as a singer. What would you never ever do again?" Y'all don't come at me. I was in Falcon Studio
Uh-huh.
doing backgrounds for Spice. Never
You would
again.
never do it
Never again. And let me tell you why. It didn't have anything to do with the Falcons. Didn't have anything to do with Spice.
again. Uh-huh.
That just ain't me, babe.
Well, I mean,
It's just
they had you
not
singing
me.
backgrounds, right?
Now. Here's the thing. I love doing backgrounds. That's something that you need to know about me.
So I try to figure out what they had you singing for you to say you never gonna do it again.
I don't.
They had you barking it, because
Uh,
if you singing, you should be like, I'm singing.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, don't sing it like this. Sing it like this. You sang for me, right?
Ah!
You asked for me.
Sound like you need to come in this booth.
Come sing. I don't like that. I don't like the tone. You know what? I don't like the tone of her voice.
Oh, but you can't
Never.
even sing like that.
Never again.
Oh,
Never again.
I didn't just say that.
Yeah, you did. But never again. Never.
Let me think. What would I
again.
not
So
do
I would
again?
never, like, if I'm gonna do backgrounds for you, you are my beloved.
Yeah,
You are my
I
beloved.
got you.
You understand? Like the other day, Sherwin Gardner got me in the studio for his new album, and he's
Yeah.
like, "I need you on these backgrounds." He's like, you gonna have to do this for me."
Yeah.
And I did it for him. There's this other artist who I connected with, in Canada, who was like, "Marisha, I'm doing this album." He's originally from Trinidad, but he lives in Canada, and he's like, "No, you got to." He's
Mhm.
like, "In fact, I given you all 5 of these songs. You got to put your
Yeah,
voice
just
on
put it on it.
all of these." So I did that, but I ain't doing that for any and everybody, because
can't
after
think
that
of
one experience,
anything.
I was like,
I can't think of anything.
no, you can't think of anything.
I know that there's lots of things I want to again, but it's not coming to me.
Okay, that's probably a good thing. That's an amazing thing.
Is it?
I think so.
I
'Cause
think I would.
I'm scarred.
I won't ever eat a burger and go
scarred.
sing again.
Well, that starts to be.
I mean, it ain't as deep as yours.
No.
But I had an I belch
Oh.
under my big belch. So I mean,
Wendy, I died.
that's really practical. I know it ain't the deep answer that you was looking for, but I make that decision. Like if I have to perform and I see what my time and my hours look like, I make sure I eat. I'm never going to eat and
right.
then come on this mic to sing
Right. Right.
because I've been embarrassed by it.
Like it just come out.
Shame me. It's like ready. The first thing that So that's my answer.
Wow. Wow.
That's a lesson, y'all. Don't eat no big burger and then go sing. You can like a snack probably, but yeah.
Oh my god.
I wish I had a deeper answer for you. I feel like there probably is, but
That's not good. Oh man. Oh my gosh. All right, buddy. We gotta get out of here.
I had fun. This is nice.
This was so fun.
Please invite me back anytime.
Yeah, man, definitely. We gotta hold on, wait. I gotta get this commented. Shanicia say, big belch man, Wendi.
Yeah, big belch. Like a man.
Somebody listening on YouTube was watching on YouTube. They said, as an Indian, I like Wendy's accent so much.
Well, thank you. My accent is just like Marisha's.
I mean, I don't know.
Thanks.
Always appreciate you as an artist. This is Ninja Steel.
Thank
who's
you.
Watching on YouTube.
Thank you so much.
So we gotta leave people with something to help push them towards the dreams that they're allowing to die. And that's really what you and I first had a discussion about when I sent you what we're going to talk about on the show. I wanted to be an encouragement to women because I'm definitely not in your shoes, but I'm getting a taste of life now that like I'm dating and I have to make space for this person in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to balance everything that I have going on and I'm trying to figure out like, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that?
Album
how
is
do
going
I,
to take your time too.
how do I still be great?
Mhm.
Working on this album, it has been taking my time.
Yeah.
It really has been. And then I'm doing so many other things. A lot of people don't know I'm a youth pastor. They don't know
Ah.
that is like
Okay.
the most demanding thing in my life right now. Like
Wow.
right now, we got like 100+ teens in youth group on a Friday night. And
Oh, that's church. That's a whole church.
ma'am, it's been mind blowing.
Wow.
And so people don't know, a lot of people don't know that about me because that's not a part of my life that I really broadcast like that.
Mhm.
So I've been trying to figure out how to balance all of that and still maintain the dream because who I am now and what I'm doing now is a part of the fulfillment of the dream,
Yeah.
but it's not the dream fully realized.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want you to leave an encouragement to the women out there. And I am being very specific in saying the women out there because this is Girl Talk. And we are here to motivate and to encourage and to kind of push our girlfriends
Yes.
to be better women.
Listen, sis. I like practical advice. And in this climate of 2021, a lot of our dreams may not necessarily be funding us financially. So those dreams we have to focus on them when we have the time. At this
Right.
point, sometimes they're little side hustles. And that's
Exactly.
fine. You can grow that side hustle till it becomes big enough to be your main focus. That's
Mhm.
definitely possible. So I'm going to give practical advice. And my practical advice is to really schedule it out.
That's good.
And what I mean is, for example, Wendi, with all the things I have going on, I know that on Mondays, I'm going to my office.
Okay, that's
And
good.
then on Tuesdays, I am working from home and I'm working on either my new boutique or my real estate ventures. I know
Mm,
Monday nights and Wednesday nights, I can go to the studio. So I literally have my time allocated to my various projects.
that's good.
And I'm giving them the energy in that I'm present. When I go to the office, I am present
Mhm.
for alliance work.
Right.
I'm giving it what it needs to have
Exactly.
in order for it to grow.
Right.
And then when I shift from that
Mhm.
and I shift to whatever that other passion is,
Mhm.
I'm giving it that time. And it may seem small, that may seem like obvious advice, but a lot of times if you're juggling multiple things can get overlooked.
Yes.
You may not put the right or the needed energy in certain things. So things can sometimes seem like they're taking longer.
Yeah.
Or when you're sleepy and you just reading the
Yeah.
same sentence over
over
and over again.
and over again. Yeah. Mhm.
That's what happens to your side hustle/passion projects when you don't give it the energy it needs. So you need to schedule it out.
Discipline.
Yes.
Discipline.
Schedule it out and be diligent. If you say, I go into the studio, don't work on nothing else. The little children in the youth group,
Yeah. No.
y'all
You
have
gotta
to
silence
wait.
them. Yeah. I
Yes.
gotta mute them sometimes.
You have to.
I
They
can't
have
tell
to
them that,
wait.
though. They catch feelings.
Well, I hope they ain't listening. Because she got
No,
when
no,
she in the
I-
studio,
yeah, no.
she has to
I
focus.
just put my phone on do not disturb. So.
Yes. And that's how that
Yeah.
works. That's
Yeah.
my advice.
All right, listen, Wendi, it's been so lovely having you
Yes,
here. Oh
thank
my
you.
goodness. I feel like I've been talking to my sister, who I've known for years.
Hey.
This is so amazing.
Yay.
Raquel's tuned in.
Fun size?
Yeah.
girl.
No, the next one.
Johnson.
Yeah, that's the last. I don't
Yes,
know.
there's Raquel
Mintz?
Johnson.
Mintz?
Raquel sorry, Mins.
She
Sorry.
married.
Yeah, she married.
She got a
Hey,
whole husband
girl.
and child now.
She has a new book too.
Yes.
Yes.
Jesus, Raquel, I gotta get you on my
She
show.
has
You
to
got a
come
whole
on.
book.
Aim her.
Oh my gosh,
Yes, she has
a
a book.
whole book.
Congrats,
And then
girl.
Xavier says you need to tell us the name of your boutique.
Shop W242. So every time I sing, I say, "What you know about it?"
Yes.
Just put a .com on the end of that, and y'all will find my website, and y'all will find my boutique.
Nice.
What you know about it.com. And it's called Shop
Nice.
W242. I sell trendy clothes, dresses,
Nice.
sets, things
Cool.
like that.
Awesome
Capitalizing
stuff.
on my audience, streams of income, sis.
Do what you gotta do, boo.
Okay.
Do what you gotta do. I ain't mad at you at all. All right, so we gotta do what girls is doing when we get together. We talk about clothes. You talking about clothes. We gotta talk
Yes.
about clothes. We got clothes in the room, y'all. We got
This is really nice. I was
In the
looking at
room.
this.
So this is a little number here from one of the sponsors here at Girl Talk on Glory 93.9 FM from the Catwalk Boutique, my girl Gia. Now
Very
it is I kind of find myself a little dabbling in fashion lately. I've been told that I am supposed to
This
be
look like you though.
some sort of fashion designer at some
Mhm.
point in time in my life, and we'll eventually get there. For right now, I could tell y'all, scuba has been a fabric that's been hard to find since the pandemic. It's like scuba stopped making during the pandemic. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to tell y'all people who crazy about scuba,
It's back.
it's back. It is back. You can get this top at the Catwalk Boutique. My girl G will hook you up. It's actually available in black and royal blue sizes, small 2-3X for everybody.
Yes.
It's for everybody.
Everybody.
It's for everybody. But no, you can't. If you small, you can't get this belt. This belt plus size. Sorry, I regret to inform you. That is a plus size belt. I just got that kind of hook up in the back there, so you can't see.
That looks very nice.
But listen, we need you one of these belts in your life. They save my outfit sometimes when I feel like the outfit just look blah.
Ah.
And then you put the belt on and people just be like, what? So, and y'all know me. Y'all know I am convinced that hoops save the world. I am convinced that they have been created to
Those
make.
are nice.
Listen to me; these are fabulous. So
I
these are
need them.
actually double hoops. They're not single.
How much they go?
They're double. I
Nice.
thought the price is on the bottom. They're probably like $16, $18 the most.
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah, so these are fabulous. I probably own like 3 pairs of these in different colors because I believe
No, same. I only wear hoops.
I believe hoops they save the world. I believe they were intended to stop people from dying. That's just how I feel about them. So listen, check out my girl G at the Catwalk Boutique, and even if you ain't feeling the royal blue and the black, she got something in there for you. And check out Wendi too.
Shop
Just-
W242.
Wendi is still closing thing too, y'all. Yes,
Yes.
Raquel, you got a whole book. I gotta get you on this
Whole
show.
book.
A whole
Congrats
book.
again.
Listen, Wendi, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We got to talk about what's coming up here on Girl Talk. So, Wendi mentioned last week we had my girl Roxy Star on. She was amazing. We're definitely going to be bringing her back soon. But I'm so excited next week to be talking about being passionately paid with my girl Bodine. Because listen, y'all see the things Bodine doing? Bodine doing it. She is doing it. So coming up next week, Thursday on July 1st, we're going to be talking with Bodine, my girl Bodine Victoria, about being passionately paid. And then I'm excited. Listen, I'm excited that the following week, we're going to have Ianthea in studio, and she's going to be talking about being litfluential. It's going to be good. And then the week after that, I got a little twist for y'all. I got a little twist on this Girl Talk, hot Girl Talk summer. I got a little twist for y'all.
Hot girl talk summer.
It's a hot Girl Talk summer. I got a little twist for y'all. I got a young lady who I'm going to bring on the show. Y'all may not know her, but I'm telling you, when she opens up her mouth, all of the hairs on the back on your body can stand up. And we are going to talk about Girl Get Up. This is our show for July 15th. Listen, y'all who's sitting in this depression still from the pandemic, it's time to get up out of that place, B. It's time to get up. It's time to go back to living life for real again. We ain't playing this thing no more. So I'm so excited about her coming on the show. She's going to share her story. It is a powerful one. I'm excited. So Girl Talk, we got some great things coming, y'all. We got to get on out of here, y'all. We way over time. But Wendi, thank you so much. I
Thank
definitely
you.
got to bring you back again.
Yes.
Listen, ladies, get you some good girlfriends. You need to get you some good girlfriends, whether it's someone to be a shoulder to cry on, a shoulder to lean on, that iron that sharpens iron, that supporter, that friend, that girlfriend who you go to brunch with. You need to get you some good girlfriends. Find your tribe. You need those women in your life who will motivate you, who will help to shape you, who will help you to push you into the place of actually going after your dreams. And while you're out there looking for her, don't forget to be her. Don't forget to be somebody's girlfriend that they need, because they need you. We need one another. And that's what this is all about. So find your tribe, y'all. We're going to be back here next week, same time, same place, with another show. This is your girl, Marisha, and this has been...
It's Wendy. What you know about it?
Oh, man. We can talk to y'all again next week. Y'all have a good weekend.
Find a tribe.